So, May 25th, almost summertime. I'm on the Spray Lake Trail. I wouldn't say I'm on top of a mountain, but I'm definitely in the mountains. And I came to this, I've never been here before, but I came to this area here. Obviously there's some open water back in there. It's been a drizzly day, hasn't been real nice. Warm enough, I'm not complaining about it, but a couple of feet of snow here. At least 2 feet of snow that I've had to walk through, to slug through to get up here. Today, before I got started, I wanted to ask a favor of you. This is a very special message for my YouTube channel. Oh, and by the way, thank you for watching this today. So this is the Rocky Mountain View YouTube channel. And first off, the first piece of news I want to give you is that I've changed the name of the channel. I've been thinking of this for some time. As of today, it's going to be called Rocky Mountain Grace. And two reasons. One is I've had a lot of my subscribers tell me that when they've told their friends about my channel, because Rocky Mountain View comes up so much on the YouTube search, they're just having difficulty. And to be quite frank, Rocky Mountain Grace was what I was going to call it when I first started, but for whatever reason I had changed my mind at that time. But as of today, it's going to be called Rocky Mountain Grace. And the email address that you can send in your experiences is rockymountaingrace@gmail.com. I'll put that in the information at the end of the video, and I'll probably put it across on the thumbnail for the first couple times. So as of today, Rocky Mountain Grace. Now, I'm just going to move around a little bit so you can get a better view. One of the reasons why I made this channel, the biggest reason, was simply because with coronavirus, with everything that's going on right now in the world, I thought it was important that people had a place to share their faith, especially with churches being closed or the number of congregants being limited in a church. And I thought this would be a great way for people to still be able to experience a sharing of faith and to share their experiences to help strengthen others, because we need it. The world's in turmoil. We've got this vaccination going around that half the people don't want to take because they're scared, and the other half are taking it because they're scared. So my special message today to you is, I spend hours each week scouring the internet, and also receive a few emails from people with experiences, but I spend hours each week scouring the internet for stories that I can share with you and experiences that I can share with you. And it's becoming increasingly difficult. And I would ask, if you're watching this, please, I can't ask you strongly enough, would you please share this channel with the members of your church, with friends, with family? You never know who might watch one of these videos and receive the strength to continue on, or the strength to overcome whatever obstacle they're facing right now. A lot of people have committed suicide in the last year and a half. I don't even like mentioning that, but I think I read in California in one county, more young people had committed suicide in the past year than had in the previous 30 years combined. So I know these messages are important. We need to share our faith. And people need to know that God is looking over them, and that all they need to do is ask, and they'll receive the strength that they need. So please, I would ask that you share these with your friends, share them with family, and if you belong to a church, if there's any way you can share it with the congregations, church groups, whatever you might think of, I would appreciate it greatly. So anyhow, but the story I wanted to share with you today is one that I like quite a bit. It's about a young man who has faced and is facing constantly more than you and I could ever imagine. It's about really the strength, I believe, of the human spirit, and how inviting God to also be in your life obviously strengthens you, and the faith that you have. And this story just goes to show that everything and anything in life is possible. It's possible. There's no need to give up. There's no need to feel like you're alone. Anything is possible. Just listen to what this man has overcome. Clay Dyer loves to do two things. He loves fishing and coaching football, but he is not your normal outdoorsman. Clay was born without legs and only one partial arm with no fingers or thumb. Yet, Clay has never let these obstacles stop him. He texts on his cell phone using his teeth. He uses his neck and arm to hold and cast his fishing rod. He attaches lures using his mouth. I love to be outdoor, Clay says. I love to be hunting and fishing, and I love being involved in sports. People are amazed at how Clay was able to teach himself to cast a rod and reel. He says, I would watch people do it on television, and then I would watch them in person. Then I got the rods and reels and I started holding them. Through trial and error, I would try different mechanical ways of holding the rod and positioning it. Try different things for my body to throw it, until I got to where I felt comfortable. When I got to something that felt comfortable, that's what I would stick with, and then I tried to be as efficient with it as possible. Now Clay competes on the National Pro Fishing Circuit, and he's won about 20 state and regional fishing tournaments. Next to his love of fishing is football. He's an assistant football coach for Hamilton High School. His goal for these student athletes is clear. To me, it's just watching these young men succeed in life and trying to be a positive example to them, to encourage them, because there are a lot of things out there in this world that teenagers can get involved in. The athletes we have in our programs pour their heart and souls out to try to win. They know as a staff that we're all about winning in life in general, but we are also trying to translate and help them get the most out of life off and on the field. Head football coach Rodney Stidham says Clay is an inspiration to everyone. He says the greatest thing I admire about Clay is he is a spiritual young man that really believes in what he's doing. He's trying to make this earth a better place. I really appreciate him and what he does for myself and the other coaches here. In my life, I'd have to say the biggest lesson that God's taught me is the value of patience, Clay says. The value of determination and willpower. But yet to allow him to lead, guide, and direct me and follow his lead. Even with these obstacles, Clay has always managed to have an upbeat attitude. He only remembers one time when he questioned why God made him this way. When I was about 4.5 years old or so, I said, Daddy, why did God make me like this? My dad looked at me and said, Son, I don't know, but I know God doesn't make mistakes. When I look back on it, I realize that I didn't see it at the time, but God knew when He made me for a purpose. To be able to go out and witness and encourage people to live for Him. Clay says one of the most important moments in his life was when he prayed a simple prayer. I said, God, I know I've got sin in my heart and in my life. I just begged Him, come into my life and cleanse me of my sins. Give me a relationship with You. The biggest blessings in my life right now, I would have to say, are being alive, being healthy, and having a great family. I've got Jesus Christ in my heart, and He gives me a chance every day to live my dream and do what I love to do. Well, I don't think I could tell you an experience that could possibly give you a greater feeling than that. To think of what that young man has been through and what he's accepted and what he goes through every day and how great of a life he's made for himself despite his disabilities. Well, I hope you enjoy this view. It's certainly beautiful. I got my bear spray with me, although I don't expect to see any here. Listen, one last thing before I go. Please, if you have an experience where your faith has helped you overcome obstacles in your life, or perhaps an answered prayer, maybe you prayed for strength from God and were given an answer or were given the strength to continue on, please email it in. It doesn't have to be, you know what, the simple stories, I believe, have the most power because we can all relate to them. So please email it in. I want to keep this channel going. Unfortunately, I've kind of reached the point where I'm having such a hard time coming up with experiences to share with you that I may have to cut back a couple days a week. But my goal is to continue. Now, some of you may wonder why last week I missed a couple days. I had some videos made, but I forgot to turn the sound on. And when I went to download them, they were gone. So I apologize for that. Shouldn't happen again in the future. It was my mistake. Anyhow, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy your day, and may God continue to be with you and yours. I'm going to do a little 360 just to give you an idea of where I'm at, how beautiful it is here. Like I said, I'm on the Spray Lake Trail, which is a trail through the mountains between Canmore and Provincial Park. It's just a beautiful area. I come back here quite a bit in the summer, though I do have to admit this is the first time I've been in this area. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, and again, thank you very much. Bye now.